guys, it's Tori. So today I'm going to finally be doing my eyeshadow palette collection. This is going to be a hefty video and I'm going to talk through the palettes as fast as I possibly can, but I have a lot of eyeshadow palettes. So without further ado, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my face, and let's just get started. Okay, so the first one I want to talk about is my Michaela X Glam Light palette. This palette is super pretty. I have used it a couple of times and I really enjoy the shadows. It's literally so pretty, and I think that Michaela just did a really amazing job with this palette. Next I have the Glam Light Ice Cream Dream palette. It just looks like this. It's a little ice cream cone. I haven't tried this out yet because it's one of my newer palettes I haven't played with, but it's super pretty. I cannot wait to play with this. The shimmers are just stunning, and that top rose mattes is just so rich, and then all these pretty pastel colors at the bottom. It's just absolutely to die for. I cannot wait to dip into that. Next I have my two Odin's Eye palettes. I have the Alba 2 Mini Sky and the Mini Ocean. They look like this. This one is the Mini Sky. It's the purple one. This formula really is amazing. I did do a video on these and I was blown away. And then the Mini Ocean looks like this, which is also just stunning. I love these. I do have a video with my palette series using those, so if you want to see them in action, you can go check that video out. Next is my Kaleidos Flower Punk palette. It just looks like this. The packaging is literally everything, and you literally just like slide it up and then you can look at it like this. It's super pretty. I did do a video on this palette and I wasn't very happy with the way the shimmers performed, but then I later found out that the shimmers are like, there's only one true shimmer and the rest are toppers. I think this is the only actual shimmer, but nonetheless the palette is really pretty, and I really love Kaleidos formula. Next, also from Kaleidos, I have the Club Nebula palette, which was a collab with Angelica. This palette is probably my favorite palette I've tried all year, and I have bought in a lot, I mean a lot of eyeshadow palettes this year, but this palette is just so rich and the mattes are just buttery and the shimmers just glide on. Everything is so pigmented. Like, this palette is literally everything, and I'm so happy I bought this when I did, because it's no longer in stock and I don't think you can get your hands on it. Next I have my Melt 420 palette. The packaging looks like this and the inside looks like this. I also used this in a video. I want to get more use out of this fall with these like rich green and brown tones. I think the palette is really pretty, and I didn't have any problems with the formula. A lot of people have had issues with the Melt palettes, but personally I have not had any issues. Okay, next is my P. Louise Worldy palette, and if I keep like grabbing over there, it's because all my palettes are sitting over there like in their drawers, because I'm trying to do this as organized as possible. But this palette is just absolutely massive. She's a little bit dusty. This collects dust easy. This palette is huge, and it just like has this really pretty sand embossment and everything. Like, this palette is heavy, like very heavy. I don't even want to know how much it weighs, but the inside looks like this. It's seriously just so pretty, and the mattes are really pretty. I've played with the blues and the greens the most. I would definitely love to get more use out of this because it was, one, expensive, and two, it's just beautiful. But I do really like the formula from P. Louise. I love their eye bases. As you guys know, I use the Rumor #1 in every single video. Next I have my two Be Perfect Carnival palettes. So I have the second and third one. I got the Carnival XL probably a year and a half ago, I would say ish. Beginning of 2020 maybe, or the end of 2019, I don't know. I've had this for probably about a year and a half, and it's beautiful. I used this so much when I first got it. I clearly have a bunch of rainbow palettes. I just love to do colorful looks, and some of my palettes might seem repetitive, but this just was very hyped, and the formula truly is amazing. The shimmers are just out of this world. The mattes are so easy to blend. It has so many colors. But I also have the Be Perfect Carnival 2 Love Tahiti palette. So this is like more of your traditional rainbow-esque. And my mirror broke while I was traveling. I'm really upset about it. But this is just more of like a summer, very vibrant. The other one is definitely vibrant and pigmented, but this one is just more of like a punch. I don't really know how to explain it, but I really love this. These purples are just everything. I use this palette a lot, and I got this when it first launched, and I couldn't be more happy with it. There's a shard of glass. My eyeshadow. Okay, so now we have my Revolution Soph X palette. This is the newest one. I haven't used this yet. If you guys want to see me do a video on this, just let me know. It's really, really pretty. I heard good things about it. This green is very intriguing, and so is this blue and lavender. But if you guys want to see me use this, just let me know. Next is my Lunar Beauty Moon Spell palette. This is the packaging. Super, super cute. I love the packaging on this so much. I haven't used this yet. I'm kind of waiting for fall time to like whip this out. Sorry, my nose is a little itchy. But just look, I know the gold like whatever is kind of making it hard for me to show you this, but this palette is literally so pretty. Like I wish you could see it in person. Like these are just like grungy colors, but these purples are super bright, and then you have like more of neutrally colors in the middle. Like this is literally just a perfect fall palette. I literally cannot wait to play with this, and I really do like the Lunar Beauty formula, because next we have my Strawberry Dream palette. The packaging, like Manny just knows how to do packaging. This is just stunning. The colors are amazing. I literally love this palette so, so much. I can't get over these blues. I really like the mattes in here. I used the middle row the most, and the shimmers are just out of this world. Like this palette is just everything. It's worth every penny. Like I swear, it's worth the dime. Next is my Morphe Avani Greg palette. Looks like this. I kind of hate the packaging. I haven't used this yet. I was really excited to get it. I had debated on getting it. I think it's pretty, but it just doesn't excite me. I might sell this or something. I literally bought it brand new. I haven't even touched it. Not even swatched it. So I don't know. It's just not giving me vibes, you know what I mean? It's just, I don't know. It doesn't excite me very much. Next is my Melt Millennial Pinks palette. I should have showed this earlier with my other Melt palette. The packaging looks like this, but it was in a separate drawer, so this is the inside. I haven't done just a look with this, but I did use the black, and the shimmers look really, really pretty. Beauty Bean basically forced me to buy this. She just couldn't stop raving about how much she wanted it, and so I bought it. But this shimmer and moon glow just looks literally out of this world. So now I have the Huda Beauty Nude Rich palette. It looks like this. I love this palette. I used this in the fall time a lot this past year. It's just a perfect rich nude palette. It's literally what it says. It's just perfect little palette. I think it's really worth the price. The formula really is amazing. The shimmers are just beautiful. So I really do recommend this, and I would love to try more from Huda Beauty. Okay, so now we have all of my ColourPop palettes, and there's a lot of them. So we'll start with the bigger palettes first. I have the ColourPop Truly Madly Deeply palette. The packaging looks like this. This is the inside. I haven't played with this way too much, but I have a dabble into it here and there. I don't mind the pressed glitters. I know a lot of people really don't like them, but I don't really mind them. But I'm not a huge fan of their like sequin shadows. You see how that matte is just shimmery? I'm not a huge fan of those. I wish it was just a plain matte. But overall, it's a really pretty color story. ColourPop does amazing shimmers. That's why I have so many of their palettes, because I genuinely do enjoy their quality for the price you pay. Now I have Fade into Hue. You guys should have seen this in my last video. Perfect rainbow palette. If you're trying to dip into color, I really would recommend just get this one because it's inexpensive. It has every color you could possibly need for a rainbow look other than like a white and a black. But if you're just trying to like dip into color, I really think this is a good way to go. I really enjoyed playing with it. I'm really excited to dip into this blue and these greens. But overall, I think this is a good palette. I recommend. And then my last big ColourPop palette is the Stone Cold Fox. I bought this on Black Friday last year, and I think this is definitely like a necessity in everyone's collection if you don't already have something that looks like this. I didn't have any cool tone palettes like at all. So I decided to get this one while it was on sale, and I got the brush set as well, which are amazing brushes. ColourPop is just really good brushes. This hair just keeps sticking up. Stay down. But I really do like this. I've used it multiple times for like date looks and stuff. It's really, really good. I don't know what that little square is. I have no clue how that got there. But I do really enjoy this palette. I think they did a really good layout because I feel like each line is like a different look, you know what I mean? But I really do enjoy this palette. So now we have a couple of their 5-pan palettes. I have 2 from the Valentine's Day collection and then 2 of their new ones. So I have the High Society one, which is just this green one. I don't think I've played with this yet, but it is really cute. It's really pretty. They're not very big, but I think that they're just cute. Not like a ride or die or anything for them. But I also have the Rumor Has It one, which these just look really, really pretty. I really like how they did this like sky blue, but still like a bright blue. And then this one is just like a cobalt blue, and the shimmers are just amazing. So I'm really excited to dip into those a little bit more. And then I have 2 from the Valentine's Day collection. I have the Melt For You. I was literally so excited about the Valentine's Day collection. I was literally sitting there when it launched. This shadow is apparently broken, which I did not know. But this is just like very simple peachy little palette. I think that these still are available on their website if you do want one. But the one that I was most excited about is this one, which is 143. I had to have this. I was determined to have this. It's stunning. I love this shade. Me and my best friend both have this palette, and this is like our favorite shade to play with. But it's just really pretty. It's really good for Valentine's Day, or if you're just a pink lover, I feel like this would be the perfect way to go. So now we have my, like, I don't even know how many pans these are. 12 pan, I think. My 12 pan ColourPop palettes, and then I have a couple 9 pan as well. So first is my Hocus Pocus palette. I love this so much. I was so excited when they launched this. This is a 15 pan. I think the rest of them are 12 though. But this is just look at it. This is my favorite Halloween movie of all time, and I think that they did an amazing job with this palette. I played with this a lot last fall, like a lot. I wore it to school all the time. I just think it's really pretty. The names are really cute. We have like Hello Salem, Tis Firm, Thackeray Binks, Yabos, Goodbye Cruel World. Like the names are just really cute, and I really love this palette, and I think they did a really, really good job with that collection. So next we have my All Forced Sight palette, which was the Raw Beauty Christie collection. I literally was head over heels for this when I first got it. Like, I used this for probably 2 months straight. I did a lot of looks with this. One of my favorite looks I've ever created, which I will put on the screen, is with this palette. I think that Christy just did an outstanding job with this. I bought her entire collection. I love the liners. I love everything. I just love it all. She just did such a good job. They're so pigmented, and the shimmers are just beautiful. I love how she only did 2 shimmers and the rest are all matte. This was just really a perfect palette. It really was. Next, we have the Sweet Talk palette. Everyone has seen this palette. It's just kind of like a classic. I don't know. This is kind of one of those palettes that got ColourPop on the board, but I've had this for a really long time. I liked it when I first got it. I don't ever use it anymore. I just don't want to get rid of it. And then I have the Dream Street Kathleen Lights ColourPop palette. I have a look with this palette up from a very long time ago. I think it was 2 summers ago, so 2 years ago. I filmed with this. It's pretty, nothing amazing. I really would like to get her like the 30 pan one that she has. I don't remember what it's called, but it's cute. I don't ever play with it, but it's kind of more of like a collectibles item. And then this was my first ever ColourPop palette, which is the Yes Please palette, but I bought it when it was like this packaging. Like, this is old. This palette changed the game for the makeup world. I think this came out in 2017, 2018 maybe, but everyone raved about this palette, and I was like, I need that. I have to have it. So it's cute. It is what it is. I don't ever play with it. It's just kind of like a memory to keep it. And now we have my 9 pans. I only have 5. So first I have the Baby Got Peach palette. It's cute. I've used it a couple of times, I think I bought this during Black Friday or something when we had like a really good sale. Nothing extraordinary. I just don't think these 9 pans are like anything special because they're all monochromatic. I have the Blue Moon one, which I really wanted this one for a long time, but honestly, I would say that if you want a blue palette, get one of these. You don't need both. The tones are very different. This one is very like, I don't know, like your typical blue, while this has some like pops of like tealy colors, but this is really, really pretty, and I've used this, I think, for a TikTok. I don't really remember. Then I have the In a Trance palette. This is really pretty. I also did a TikTok on this that a lot of people enjoyed the look. This pressed glitter is really pretty. The matte pastels are pretty pigmented. It's just overall a really good palette. I think they're like 12 bucks, so if you have 12 bucks to spare, like, you definitely could grab one. I also have the Going Coconuts. I really, really did like this when I first got it. I use this as a liner a lot, but the shimmers are just really, really pretty. And it's just like a good everyday palette. I don't know, it's just like your simple little, like neutral palette. I don't know. And then lastly from ColourPop, I have the Mint to Be palette. This is really, really pretty. When I saw this, I was like, I need that. And I did a really pretty look with this. I don't remember when it was, or if it's just on my Instagram, if it's on TikTok or what, but it is really pretty. This shimmer is to die for, and so is this one and that middle one. Like, the shimmers from ColourPop, they just know how to do shimmers. This is really pretty and really cute. I know that looks weird, but I took the drawer out so I could just like bring all the palettes over here. Just makes it easier on me. But now we have my Juvia's Place palettes, and I have quite a few of them, and for the number of them I have, I don't even use them, but I don't want to get rid of them. So first we have the Wahala 2 palette. This I got, I think, in December, possibly. It's pretty. Don't think I've ever used it. Maybe I've used it once. I don't know. It is really pretty. I definitely need to get some use out of it. The glitters just look amazing. The mattes are really pretty. I think they did a good job on the color scheme of this, but I really haven't touched it, and I've had it for 7 months. So next I have the Juvia's Place the Nudes palette. I really do love Juvia's Place packaging though, and I think that's really what gets me, is that their packaging is just amazing. This is just a little 6-pan. This is a good, just like everyday palette. There is a little bit, like, they're a little powdery, a little bit of kickback. That's what I just blew off the palette with some kickback. But it's cute. It's super nude. I don't think anyone with dark skin tones could use this though, because they are so light. But that's just my personal opinion. Maybe they can. I am very pale, so that's not me. But then I have the Warrior 3 palette. The packaging on this one is just like literally everything. That is why I bought this. I know a lot of people love Juvia's Places formula, but I really have like never used these. Look at that. I haven't even touched it, swatched it, nothing. It's pretty, just haven't used it. Next is the Zulu palette. This one I believe I have used. I actually don't remember. No, I haven't. I bought this the same time I bought the Warrior 3 palette. It's pretty. I haven't touched it. Don't know what else to say. I can't really give you too much on the formula of those. But the Magic Mini, this was my bitch when I got it. I loved this palette. You can tell it's a little used. Actually, it doesn't look like it on camera, but in person it does. These bottom row is like, it's just amazing. The shimmers are super good. These deep dark rich blues are what I really loved about this palette. Overall, it's a really pretty eyeshadow palette, and I really do enjoy it, and I definitely got my use out of it. Now we have my Beauty Bay X Me, Myself, and Mitchell palette. This was the love of my life when I first got it. It has this like mirror in the middle that splits the palette in two, but I'm just going to take that out so I can show you guys this palette. This has been used and abused. I really do love this palette. I think they did an amazing job. I don't think it's available anymore. I don't think you can buy it, but it's really good. I really do enjoy it. The shimmers are just amazing. The mattes are really good, and overall this is a really good palette. I just think that I got my use out of this, and it was definitely a good purchase. I'm really glad that I have this in my collection. Next I have these. I'm not going to talk about them because we don't support him, but I got these both, I think, in November or December of last year, when I still was kind of into him, and then I kind of learned everything that happened with him, and like I did my research on what was the issues around him, and so I decided that I'm no longer supporting him or his brand. So I have those. I'm not going to get rid of them because they were like $60, but I'm also not going to use them on camera. Now I have 3 Morphe palettes. The first Morphe palette is the Boss Mood 35M. It's just like their black packaging, and the inside, if I can get this open, looks like this. This I bought 3 years ago, I think, and I just think it's really pretty for fall, which is why I don't want to get rid of it. It's just a really pretty palette. The color story is really pretty. I don't think the colors in here are way too repetitive. I mean, definitely a little bit, but like all of their 35 pan palettes like this are repetitive. But it is really pretty, and I have gotten a lot of use out of it over the years. Next is the very first Morphe palette I believe I ever bought, which was the Jaclyn Hill OG. This is from the very first launch. Like, this is, when did this come out? 2016? 5 years ago, I think. This, love of my life. I will never ever get rid of this palette. I might buy a new one at some point just to have a new one, but I will never get rid of this. Jaclyn is my girl. This is my most used palette by far. You can tell it's dingy. There's dents in it. There's just like this one up here, which is Silk Cream is close to hitting the pan. This has just been used. I use this on clients, and I really love this palette. Jaclyn hit it out of the park with this. The mattes in here are perfect. The shimmers are even better. But you can tell mine's old because I had to tape the names on it because it didn't even have it on the actual palette yet. But yeah, I had my mom order this for me, sit there and wait until she could get her hands on it. And then, of course, I have this Jaclyn Hill Volume 2. This I also bought when it very first launched. I don't know if they've redone the packaging or anything on this. I think it launched, was it last year? Last February, I think, is when this launched. And of course I snagged it because I just love Jaclyn Hill. This palette is super pretty. I kind of want to show you guys them side by side just so you can see that they truly are different, but they really do fit well together. So this is what they look like all together. Ooh, they look like that. This one is obviously more bright, but the volume 1 is just more of your like everyday. But both of these are just amazing, and I think that these are the best Morphe palettes that Morphe has done, because I have had a lot of Morphe palettes. Okay guys, we are in my second to last drawer of palettes. I have apparently 5 drawers of eyeshadow palettes. It's excessive. But first we have these 2 Girl Scout palettes. These were big on TikTok. They're really pretty. Bought these last year, I think. I have the Girl Scout and the Purple Haze. I guess I didn't realize that they were like different names, but they're really pretty. I think that they're good. They're cute. Nothing extraordinary. I have the Too Faced Just Peach Mattes. I really love this palette. I got this last winter, and ooh, that's bright. I got a lot of use out of it. I really enjoy this palette. I think it's really good. I just think that they're very blendable. I also have this Too Faced Marielle. Is that how you say that? This came out last February, I think. And so I snagged it. It's really pretty. It's good for Valentine's season, or if you're just into pinks. This shade Donut is just amazing. The formula on this is just amazing. It's super blendable. The shimmers are really pigmented. I really do like this. We have the Friends Revolution. Never gonna use this. I think this palette is so ugly, but I bought it just because I didn't realize that they were gonna be coming out with like 10 Friends eyeshadow palettes. I will never use this, ever. It's ugly, but I bought it because it's Friends. I love Friends. I have this You Can Be Spotlight palette. I got this on Amazon when I forgot to bring makeup to my dad's house once, and I wanted some shadows to play with. Not a very good palette. The colors are pretty, but it's not very pigmented. I don't recommend. I could probably get rid of it if I wanted to. I have this other Friends X Revolution palette that I got for my birthday from my best friend Anna. It's cute. Once again, I would never use it, but it's cute. It's just the thought that counts. She knows I love Friends, so I won't get rid of those because they're just kind of nostalgia and stuff. And then I have 2 of the mini Natasha Denona palettes. I have the mini Sunset and the mini Glam. I think these are really good. They're a really good formula. I really enjoy them. I have the Morphe X We Don't Talk About Him palette. It's pretty, but I got it, I believe, as a gift because it was on a really good sale. And then I have my 2 Norvina collection palettes. So I have volume 1, and I was obsessed with these when I first got them. Like, I thought that they were the best creation. The mirror in here is amazing, but I don't want to blind you guys. So the formula is really good. I definitely think that ABH is a good eyeshadow formula. I just really do enjoy these. I think the colors are well curated. I think they're a little pricey, but I feel like they are luxury, except the packaging's ugly on them. This is volume 2. This is my favorite of the 2 I have. Once you see it, you will understand why. Just look at that. Look how beautiful that is, how rich, ooh, how richly pigmented they are. But yeah, this is just a really good palette. I really enjoy the colors in here. They blend good, the shimmers are pretty. Okay, we are on my last drawer of palettes. I have a bunch of ColourPop Super Shocks in there, but I'm not gonna go through those because we'll just be here forever. But I have my paint palette. I got this off of Amazon. It's really good. for just like Halloween looks and fun looks. I've gotten my use out of this, as you can tell. I enjoy it, it's good. I think it was like $20 maybe or something like that. Next, I have my last Morphe palette. This is the Jaclyn Hill Armed and Gorgeous palette. I had all of them at one point, I think, but the formula was really bad, so I got rid of them, and then I re-bought this one because I just thought it was pretty. I don't even think I've used this. I definitely haven't, but it's pretty. It's nice to have. I love Jaclyn. I like to support her. I have this Badass Cosmetics, the Chronic palette. This is an indie brand. They're really good. They have really pretty loose pigments, but this is a really pretty palette. It really is pigmented. It's a good palette. I recommend it if you want to try out a couple more indie brands than the more well-known ones I talked about at the beginning of this video. Next, we have the Sked It Beauty Lucid and Obscured palette. This is also an indie brand. I think that this palette is just really pretty. I really enjoyed it when I used to play with it. I bought this I think 3 or 4 years ago. I haven't really touched it in a long time, but it is really pretty, and I don't want to get rid of it because I just want to support the brand as much as I can. And then we have my Mitchell palette, and I keep mine in its little bag just because, but this is the Feet on the Ground palette. The packaging is really cool. I was really excited about this when it first came out because I didn't have anything like this in my collection. I love the grunge, the green, pop of yellow, purple, the pop of orange, this like teal color, and just I think he did a really good job with these palettes. I would be interested to get the, I think it's Head in the Clouds, the other one. I would definitely be interested to try that out. I think his formula is really good. I think it's really pretty. They're very pricey, but they're good. Now I have all of my ABH palettes. So first we have the ABHM Reezy palette. This is really beautiful. Like, just look at the packaging, it's stunning. This is really good, really pigmented. The shimmers are amazing. Just like all ABH palettes like this, I think are just really good, which is why I have so many of them. I like this palette. I think it's really pretty. I'm glad that I have it in my collection. I have the Riviera palette. This I got at Marshall's for like 20 bucks. I was like, I just need to buy it because it's 20 bucks. But it's pretty. Once again, the mattes and shimmers are amazing. The formula is really good. This is my go-to when it comes to neutrals. At least it was for a really long time. This is the Soft Glam. I have done damage to this palette. She's been used and abused. This palette is just really good. I love how blendable these colors are and how you know what look you're gonna get when you use this palette. Like, you just know that you're gonna have a beautiful neutral warm tone palette that is going to be blended beautifully, and it's just a really good palette. I really do recommend it if you don't have it. Next is the Alyssa Edwards. I bought this because at the time I was obsessed with ABH and I thought I had to have them all, but the packaging is super cute. The colors are really pretty once again. The formula is amazing. I have nothing bad to say about ABH when it comes to their formulation. And lastly, we have the very first eyeshadow palette I ever bought, other than like itty bitty crappy ones from the drugstore. But this is the first real eyeshadow palette I ever bought for myself, the Modern Renaissance. I saved and saved for this. It's used, it's abused. I hit pan on that shade. I loved these shimmers. I used the heck out of this palette. This one, Vermeer, is about to hit pan. Like, you can tell it's about to hit pan. Or I actually might have already hit pan, I don't know. But it's a really good palette, and I really do love ABH's formula. So, that was my eyeshadow palette collection. I have way too many eyeshadow palettes. Do I use them all? No, as you can clearly tell, some of them have never been touched. But I just love eyeshadow palettes. I love to look at the new makeup. I love makeup. So I know my collection's outrageous for a 17-year-old, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my face. And I will see you lovely beauties next time. Bye!